Last night, President Trump claimed once again that he has done more for the black community than any other president. But is that true? NBC News Now correspondent Simone Boyce compares the rhetoric to the reality.
I said, not since Abraham Lincoln has anybody done what I've done for the black community.
So when President Trump says he's done more for black Americans than any other administration, does the rhetoric match the reality? Let's be real here. President Grant presided over the Reconstruction era, fighting to secure rights for newly freed black people. Eisenhower sent the National Guard to usher in desegregation of schools. Johnson signed the Voting and Civil Rights Acts in the 1960s. And President Obama helped cut the uninsured rate for blacks almost in half, not to mention inspiring a generation of black children that they could be president too. Now, this is what we've heard from President Trump.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a off the field right now, out, he's fired.
Many of those who are spreading violence in our cities are supporters of an organization called Black Lives Matter. It's really hurting the black community.
Some African American community leaders and a lot of others actually have said it's systemic. Where do you stand on that?
I don't believe that.
I am the least racist person in this room.
It's something both Republicans and Democrats have criticized throughout his presidency, but his supporters often say, look at what he does, not what he says.
You got a president who is unapologetic, who believes what he believes. He's a businessman who believes in getting things done, who was never racist.
So let's look at the facts on black poverty. The black poverty rate did reach a historic low at just 18.8% in 2019. By comparison, it was 27% in 2013 under Obama, even as the broader economy was in recovery for years. Black unemployment also hit a record low in 2019 at 5.4%. We're talking the lowest it's ever been since the government started recording it in 1972. But how much credit does the current president deserve for a trend that began in 2011 under Obama? And when we take a look at the nature of the jobs that black Americans are holding today, a different narrative begins to emerge. Black workers are overrepresented in low-wage jobs like bus drivers and nursing home assistants that lack health benefits or paid leave compared to higher-paying occupations. And in the COVID-19 pandemic, that places them at an increased risk. In fact, a study by the APM Research Lab found that as many as 1 in 1,000 black Americans have died from COVID-19.
I mean, we have so many things going on that the problems that we had 2016, people just probably feel like it didn't make a difference. But now, literally, our life depends on it.
The pandemic has also disproportionately affected black unemployment, which is 4.6% higher than the nationwide number. It hit black-owned businesses especially hard. And while President Trump's Platinum Plan outlines initiatives to invest in and create more black businesses, many black-owned businesses were shut out of the government's PPP support because of the way it was originally structured. Joe Biden pledges to invest in black small businesses, create greater access to affordable housing, and achieve racial equity in the workforce. But economic data under Obama didn't exactly paint a rosy picture of black progress then either. Black home ownership and household income didn't improve drastically under Obama and Biden's tenure, but these are long-term trends. Historical data show the gap between white and black income is largely unchanged from the 1970s. But it's not all about economics. Let's round this out by taking a look at criminal justice reform, where President Trump made significant strides for black Americans disproportionately affected by mass incarceration with the passage of the First Step Act.
The First Step Act gives nonviolent offenders the chance to re-enter society as productive, law-abiding citizens.
The First Step Act received bipartisan support for its meaningful sentencing reform and facilitated early release for many federal inmates. And although Joe Biden now says he wants to curb mass incarceration, he notoriously supported the 1994 crime bill, which contributed to a rise in the prison population. He now acknowledges it was a mistake.
We passed 100%, all 100 senators voted for it, a bill on drugs and how to deal with drugs. It was a mistake.
Speaking of things Joe Biden said, he's made his share of racially insensitive comments, too.
And if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
But if elected, Biden says he has plans to address police misconduct, boost black small businesses, and make HBCUs more affordable. Ensuring funding for HBCUs is something President Trump has fought for, too. So where does all this leave us? And who is the best choice to lead the black community to prosperity? President Trump's approval rating among black voters is low, but recent polling suggests he could be gaining support among younger black folks. In the end, black voters will have the last word.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.